My Design Rules is sponsored by Capitec. Better never rests.
Previously on My Design Rules, the duo started on their next big challenge, the kitchen. Now it's a race against the clock to finish the space that will help decide the overall winning duo and the grand prize of 300,000 Rand from Capitec. Plus another 100,000 Rand from Capitec is up for grabs for the viewers' favorites, as voted for by you on mydesignrules.tv. To experience the latest global trends, Ryle visited the Salone del Mobile in Milan, where he caught up with this week's guest judges.
All right, Philip, it's so good to see you out here. Another familiar South African face, and a face that we all absolutely love, because what you've already done in some of the kitchens that we used, it's impressive. We are taking some of these inspirations and bringing it back home. What would you love to see in some of the renovations that we're doing?
I think that the color trends, the different kind of color palettes that we're seeing here comes into the South African market, and that we can bring that to our customers, that as a kitchen company in South Africa, that we stay on trend with what is happening internationally, and also to adopt some of the new technology, whether it's in hinges or runners or lift systems, and that we get that into the South African market as soon as possible.
So we're noticing a lot of utilizing kind of hidden little nooks and areas and hiding it so it just looks like part of the room. Something like this, where we've used sliding doors
nice.
to hide a little study area with people working from home. And when you're working in a small apartment, you want to really make the different areas that you can really utilize the space much better. And this will be a great example.
Charlene, you are probably the best person to speak to when it comes to innovation, and especially when we're talking about the intrinsics behind all the magic, and that's where you play, right?
Yes, very true. So Bloom is all about innovation. What you'll see at the show this year is lots of pocket systems. You'll notice that everything is completely handleless. So you open it with a single touch, and then you can hide entire areas.
So this gives a lot of practicality, but also customization, I think, right?
Exactly.
Gianluca, how are you doing?
Yeah, can't complain.
I'm great, man. I'm noticing there aren't any handles. Everything seems so clean, but the space isn't actually that big, yet it feels that way. And I think what's most important, especially when you maybe have small spaces, is to make sure that everything has a home and you can maximize that space. You got any tricks you can show me that does that?
100%, sir. I'm gonna show you that one that is quite nice.
Oh, man. The dead space in the corner.
Yeah, also in the corner, over there.
Oh, man. That is so smart. Oh, there's more?
Yes, in that one is the best seller of our company. We comes out with a beautiful bar table. You can put over there all that bottle over there.
That is so smart. Marco, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. This kitchen is an absolute statement. It's bold. You've gone with a full-on color palette here, but somehow it works.
But it's the result of a deep study, and this one is a part of the philosophy of RX Kitchen that represent the ethic and aesthetic. This one is represented the fire, and fire, you see the content of the special things of the special stone that we try to find. When you finish to cook, you cover everything. If you see the island can move and become a countertop, when your guests can stay there and see you that you cook in the easy way.
Where are we at right now?
We are in the wind area. You see the smooth color and the relax. It's like that if you close your eyes and you see close to the seaside and the wind refresh you.
And I really truly am feeling that.
Yeah.
I think you've done such an exceptional job. Even in something as silly as the
cloudy.
Yeah, and cloud, like tufts of clouds. Oh, Marco, this one is definitely feeling a lot more serene.
If you want to refresh something, you have to arrive in the water area. This is a falls that represent on this kitchen. And when you refresh, you be more softly and coldy.
And a stark contrast from this refreshing sort of feeling that we get here is this strong statement that I'm looking at right now. What's going on here?
So this is represent the heart. So this one, when you see this one, is you see like a mountain, like a piece of stone that we create the new kitchen for the people that are very hard.
Now, how relevant and pertinent is this to our overarching theme of including elements and those tones? I mean, you can clearly see fire, water, wind, and earth, and using these tones to further highlight these elements. I think this is a really unique and cool way of doing exactly that.
Also attending the expo was our other guest judge of the week, head of marketing at Caesarstone, Megan Noel.
Meg, talk to me about the inspiration that you're seeing from these textures, and especially when it comes to these stone surfaces we're talking about now.
So yeah, at the fair, I mean, the point for us mainly is that there's something for everyone. At the end of the day, people are looking to connect with nature. They want something that feels good and, something that can ground them, whether that's a concrete or a marble or different kinds of textures, it's all there for you. But I think ultimately we're finding more muted colors, really. Earthy tones, your greens, your blues, something that really just makes you feel like you're back with nature.
One thing that really resonates with me is sustainability, being a nature boy at heart. How do you see that trend being followed through this year?
I think the reality is it's not a trend anymore. We don't have any other option. As a brand, you've got to be using sustainable practices. And as the consumer, you've got to know what you're bringing into your home, how it's manufactured, the processes of the factory, how the brands are treating their staff. All of those things have to work together in one ecosystem.
Inspired by the latest trends from Milan, Team Fire is creating bespoke decor items for their kitchen and living space.
Today I am at Sitting Duck Studios in Noordhoek with our ceramicist Steph. She's going to show us some of the pieces she's been making, and we're also going to chat through some ideas that I have for her to work on.
I've been doing ceramics for about 3 years. I grew up watching my mom and my gran both do pottery, so it's always been in the family. And only a few years ago, I started doing it myself.
Steph, we love your pottery style and all the things you've made. I've got some ideas,
Cool.
but would really like you to kind of have free reign with it, see what you can do, and really just play and make some beautiful pieces for our apartment. Our theme is fire, so also clay just ties in so well with that and your whole firing process. So yeah, we also want to, I think pieces that bring in light, like candle holders would be cool, bowls, bookends. Yeah, and I think also statement pieces. Keaton and I love ceramics. They are just such a beautiful medium that bring in so much warmth and texture, and it's just a bespoke and individual element to have. We don't want things that you can just buy at the store. We really wanted to work with a local artist, support South African designers and crafts people, and just bring that into our house to reflect the best of South African design. Keats, I am here in the pottery studio with Steph. Hi. She is making us some beautiful pieces. Look at those ones in the back already. How beautiful, fresh off the wheel. I mean, I'll take them as is. Look at these. Look at this bowl that Steph has made. It's beautiful. It's so big and deep, and it's still raw at this point in time, but I even just love the color already. Check these handles. Look at this bowl.
That's gonna be the fruit bowl. Look at the detail. I am just so excited to get these pieces in our unit now. We've not really decided exactly where we're putting them. We just said to the ceramicist, hoy, just make whatever you can. But guys, I'm so excited. I can't wait to put these pieces in. Ciao.
Up next, back on site, the duos make progress on their kitchen spaces. Plus, find out how you can win your own bean-to-cup coffee machine. Stand a chance to win a weekend away in the winning apartment with Buco. Dial *120 *62800# and follow the prompts to enter. Begin with Buco. It's a beautiful day on site as the duos race to finish before deadline. At Team Earth's apartment, the cabinets are in and things are looking positive for the brothers.
So yeah, our kitchen is almost there where it's supposed to be. We had bit of an issue with our island, with our carcass, because we created one first that was too light,
too wobbly
for the structure, because we're putting marble on top of it. So we had to relook that. The job is just never done until it's done. Consistency is key. We're using the same tile in our backsplash that we have in the powder room. We don't want to use too many tiles in one space, yeah. So it's very like key to kind of keep the same tones throughout the space and like just make sure that everything speaks together, you know, and picks up from each other.
Yeah.
And then in that way, the whole space speaks together, you know.
Great news in the kitchen. Our whole kitchen has been straightened. We really put Caesar stone to the test. It did not crack against all odds.
A whole kitchen island was shifted just slightly, probably like 3 to 4 centimeters.
Cupboards intact below.
There's an oven in there and it didn't crack. So shout out
Caesar
Stones, 12 millimeter countertops.
As you can see behind us, the kitchen is looking like a kitchen now. Everything is coming together. They're busy installing our cabinet doors. This is for our tall cabinets on the one side of the kitchen. They were like testing and checking our floating shelves. You know, they just need to level it out. Our island will be assembled as soon as they're done with the tall cabinets.
For Team Fire, Keaton takes a break from the chaos on site to visit Buco in search of components for their DIY projects.
We are in the business for a wine rack. I remember the other day, me and Anna were talking about it. We were like, oh, we need some sort of wine installation. Something like this is perfect, but we want it in a color. I also would like one that's maybe like a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna have a little look-see over here. Look what we've got, and it's perfect. It's a little bit bigger. I think we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, 9 bottles of wine. What more do you want? I think it just needs a little bit of a kick. Second order of business for the day is finding the perfect red hue. I think this could actually work. And this has a built-in primer, so we can just spray straight onto this. I mean, easy. I'm all about easy DIY situations. So love this, love it. Now I need just a generic black spray paint, because we've also got a little vegetable trolley that we bought. Our fixtures are gold, so it's either gonna be gold or black. Even this could just, this could be perfect. So yeah, I think that is me done for the day or for the minute, because as soon as I leave, I'm like, oh, I should have gotten this and that. The first lady of Buco, Auntie Vanessa.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Always nice to see you.
Yes, no, you too. Just these bits for today. Yeah, we're gonna spray paint this. So. Thank you, Auntie Vanessa.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.
We are gonna DIY a little bit.
And that's not really feeling it. I feel like it's important for us to have some sort of wine display, because we need something on these walls.
Yeah, we're looking for things to fill the walls with, because our kitchen is in the middle. Now we've got all this wall space. So I want to see it in red, and then I'm gonna make my decision.
Behind us is our feature wall. So as you walk in through our apartment, this is almost the first thing that you bump into. And we're gonna paint this blue. We've built this out of cornices to give it like that lip feel. And we're gonna put in LED strips so it just illuminates the space, and a gold trim at the bottom. And this whole thing is gonna be painted blue.
Our strongest point has been sticking to the concept, you know, and letting that concept lead us. So this is one of the colors in our theme, in our mood board.
This is our wonderful wine rack. The inspiration behind it is an anthill. We saw this color at the sourcing lab. Arc Industries is coming in to do this for us. Yeah. They'll be doing a permacoat of, Mamaran. The finish is called permaspray, but this is the first layer, which is like a textured, primer. It looks really good. I like it.
That's it.
Oh, good yourself, man.
Lily, how you going?
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, sir.
Bro. Good. How's it going, bro?
It's
you guys winning?
Yeah.
I'm doing our best.
Clear this for you, so you can do your thing.
The primer on it so far, what you guys are using is the RBP primer from the Marmarin.
Yeah.
We've obviously coloured it to the Plascon colours. It's looking good. It's looking really good. So you don't get any colour.
So what's next now, man?
So next we're going to put the permaspray on from Marmarin. They specialise in the coatings, textured products, over 80 different products. We're going to build it up and do 2 sprays on it. So it starts looking more. It gets quite it's a very strong texture. See, Melusi will put it in top of a lady and you start shooting it like this. And we've got different sizes. So we'll shoot thicker and thicker.
Okay.
And depending on which kind of variants you want. But I know you guys are going for the thick, natural, looking like the angel. You guys are doing a good job so far.
Yeah, we're trying, man.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Well done, guys.
Sure you guys are going to take good care of us. We're in good hands.
Absolutely.
That section to that countertop and that section to that side of the countertop is
not
equal.
Is it equal?
Yes. So how is this skew?
No, the countertop is not skewed. This thing.
We can't move it now. This is fixed.
No, it's not cladded yet.
Yes, it is.
Where's it cladded? I don't see the glue.
It's stuck. They did it yesterday.
I don't know.
I know it. They did it. What's done is done and can't be undone. Time is of the essence.
Well, I mean...
It's like a small minor thing. No one's going to ever know. It's going to have a mirror on it. Not going to see anything.
With tension building at Team Air, Josh takes a much-needed break to refuel with a cup of Jacobs. With the deadline fast approaching, they'll need to prioritize to get done in time.
Got a lot of work to do. Fortunately, Jacob's Classic Cappuccino gives me the kick for the day.
You too can enjoy the freshly brewed quality of Jacobs by winning your own Philips fully automated bean-to-cup coffee machine, along with coffee beans from Jacobs. To enter, reply to the competition post on the My Design Rules social platforms and tell us how you make the perfect cup of Jacobs. Make sure you include hashtag #MyDesignRules and hashtag #FindYourWonderful. Competition closes midnight Sunday the 1st of December. T's and C's apply.
Who says no to a cappuccino? Jacobs, wunderbar.
Do it like this. Do it like get it, move it, own it. Do it like this.
Bespoke.
Joshua joined My Design Rules as an individual, and the producers paired him up with Amy, who also entered on her own. Josh was encouraged to enter by his fiancée Amorette, who shares his passion for design.
I actually met through a friend, and I didn't know what his backstory is or what he was doing at that stage. And as we spoke, we both realized that we were both alumni of the same college, and we sort of bonded over that. And as our relationship progressed, we realized that our taste in design and spaces were very similar.
And it basically grew into this beautiful thing between me and her. And I think that's a good thing for marriage.
Renovating their own home has given them the opportunity to bond and express their creative vision together.
A lot of people say that if you can get through a home renovation, you can get through anything as a couple. It's been tough. We do have our disagreements. The nice thing is that our styles are very similar, our taste is very similar. We're doing it slowly as we go along. Eventually, we'll get to a point where we're happy with everything. It's just making our house a home.
Their love for decor and design has also come into play while planning their wedding, and they've chosen to work with wedding decor expert Llewellyn Steenkamp.
The fact that you're designers, I really try to keep it modern and classic still as a wedding. So I tried playing with different textures, but trying to keep at the next trends that's for 2025, which is the bows, which is the green, and then also the black, which you said. So we tried executing that. I think it's different. I think it's edgy, and I think it's going to stand out. No one is going to think you're going to do this. So I hope you're happy.
I'm very happy. This is exactly what we had envisioned. The greenery, the black, it's perfect. It's modern, it's us, it's who we are as a couple and our style. So you nailed this on the head.
Winning my design rules, I think it will help a lot with my business, and proving to my future wife that I can do many things at once.
I really hope that he gains so much experience from this and so much exposure, and I just wish the best for him.
Getting to know Amy while working under pressure has its own challenges, but they've made it work.
I think myself and Amy, when we work together, we've got a very close connection to what we want and what is the type of things that we want to achieve in our design. I think that we are one of the top competitors.
And speaking of his teammates, Amy visits the Samsung store at Tiger Valley Mall to pick out the biggest appliance in the apartment.
I'm looking for a fridge for our kitchen, but I don't think we have enough space for a two-door. I think we're looking for a single, but a fridge freezer.
Then you should look at this bespoke. It's two-door, bottom freezer,
yes,
top refrigerator, and like with all bespoke, you can select the color palette of your choice.
Oh.
And you can have the bottom and the top panel the same or different.
I'm looking for a grey because our kitchen is grey.
Yes, it comes in satin grey, which is a slightly matte finish, so it's not as shiny. And then these come in a variety of colors, and the intention behind that is that firstly to match your decor now, but also in time, should you tire of your decor, should you want to change it up a bit, you could order these panels separately and then have them changed out.
That's smart.
Yes.
That's lovely.
And it is part of the higher end range. Bespoke is our top end stuff, which does mean that it comes with all of its other niceties and higher end technologies. It's got metal cooling inside, which means that in our particular conditions, when we don't know when the power is going to go off, this range of fridges retains its temperature inside for far longer, which means that typically when other food would have spoilt, in a fridge like this, it wouldn't go down as quickly because the temperature stays constant or more constant.
Okay, I think I will go with the white then.
Excellent.
Another thing that I am also looking for is a washing machine.
Let me show you.
Thank you. So I have enough space for one machine. I don't really have space for a tumble dryer either. So I don't know if you offer a combo of sorts?
Absolutely. Although these are just washers and dryers,
right,
you also get a machine like this that looks exactly the same,
okay,
and it's a combination machine.
Oh.
So it's a washer and a dryer, and it's also under counters, so it hides perfectly well in any kitchen or scullery.
Our kitchen counter in the island is black, so we really want to keep that whole section black. So I think the black one is the perfect
Excellent
choice.
Look at the lights.
Wow.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Love it.
I like how this is like a wave. It's like two waves coming together.
Yeah. It literally looks like the beach, like when you're standing there in the front. Definitely happy with the way our fireplace, the back of our fireplace feature wall turned out. It's exactly what we imagined. Those curves, we were a bit worried about getting them, but I mean, it turned out really well.
We're looking good. I just need him to push it up a bit there at the end.
Team Earth are accenting their kitchen with the same Kit Kat maroon porcelain tile from CTM they used in their powder room.
I don't want, like, you know, the different levels, because that's what the judges will be looking at, the finer details. I know where the money's at, and the money's in the details.
I am working on the most ginormous piece of art I have ever put my hand to. Got a massive, I don't know, it feels like an A0 type canvas.
Huge. It was initially we just needed something to cover the digi board.
We were going back and forth, do we get a tapestry I wanted to make something actually with fabric and sew, but actually I think that would have been a bit too time consuming. So I have been working on a piece at home with the colors of our apartment, and I cannot wait to get it up on the wall. Actually, it's great to see the space again, and it's going to work so well because we needed to cover our DB board. I was so inspired by our trip to Buffelsdrift that I decided to do a little ode to it in an artwork. Well, not a little ode, a very big ode on this massive artwork. Probably the biggest canvas I've ever worked on, in fact. And yeah, I've really been inspired by that pink house and the textures and tones of it, and wanted to bring in that memory with something a little bit different and beautiful big pops of red. I think this piece is really just gonna tie our kitchen together and make it feel like an artist's home, which is really what we're trying to communicate through our whole space. So I'm so pleased I could bring some of my own work into it, and can't wait to see what Keaton thinks.
While Hannah and Keaton put a personal touch to their art and decor pieces, Team Air is opting for art in the form of a custom-made light fixture by Peter McLee from Night Tree Designs.
Amy and Josh told me that they needed something very clean and contemporary, and that they're kind of looking for elements that were natural, so the wood came into play there. These lights have a very large diffuser, so what that does is it reduces the amount of glare. So my design philosophy is to make certain elements do two functions. So I've hidden the electrical cables in the straps that hang it.
Team Air are using a sustainable light fixture they bought off the shelf.
This is made from recycled plastic. The tube that you can see here is all recycled plastic, and this is recycled metal.
Also, the beauty in this light is that you can actually like twist it and mold it however you want its shape to be.
Obviously, we're aiming to be first. I don't think it would make sense to like aim for something else than becoming number one and winning the whole challenge.
Up next, it's deadline day as the duos push to complete their kitchens in time, and the judges arrive to critique their designs.
Capitec. Do it all on our app. Just like that.
We are not in a good place. We're hoping, we're praying, we're manifesting that everything's just gonna slot into all the little spots and places. Luckily, we've got our styling wax. Everything is like prepped and ready in the corner. So we
Ready
just
to go.
need the traffic here to like just chill, and then we can get in and just
get busy.
Do a quick sweep and a clean and a wipe and put everything in its place.
Well, we have a couple of hours left and we're very stressed, but we're getting there slowly but surely. I mean, Zweli's currently painting the wall. I'm busy dealing with the decor. I'm just making sure that everything's set up, so the minute that the kitchen installers move out, then we can just decorate and put everything in place. I think we're definitely going to be done in time. It's always a close call with Zweli and I, but somehow we always manage to pull it off.
The hope must still go in, the sill must go in, still a lot of things to do. The cladding on here must go in still, so I'm a bit stressed. Fixing a lot of snags. Our wallpaper was fully done yesterday, so we're quickly fixing that as well. So yeah, guys, we're here now, it's just fixing everything in a rush.
I'm trying to bend this to create a curve. It's a very difficult thing to do, to bend a veneer like this, because the tension of the curve is so tight that it can snap at any point.
So this is our island. We're supposed to have a stove, a gas stove over here. My biggest worry and concern is that will they be able to cut this and fit our stove in time?
Over at Team Air, things are looking better as Josh and Amy have a space cut into their counter so their Samsung stove can be installed.
With the finishing touches, we just kind of thought of like, you know, a dining type of setup. Obviously, we just have to finish strong and make sure that everything goes as planned.
Well, judges, welcome to our apartment. But we are here at D-Day for our kitchen challenge. It's time to finally find out what's going on inside. Before we do though, Megan, from your side, what are you maybe looking forward to seeing in the challenge today?
Gosh, I'm probably going to be looking at functionality first and foremost. A kitchen is a place that has a purpose.
Philip?
I think it's to see how the duos have interpreted the brief and really push the boundaries.
I think it's time that we call a finish on this challenge. You ready to sound the horn and bring that deadline in?
Hell yeah.
Let's do this. Contestants, your time is up. Tools down. Ready or not, here we come. Let's head inside, guys.
Done.
Done. Well done. We're confident. However, I think there's just slight details that might work against us.
There's a couple of things we could have done if we had more time. Just small details that really mean a lot.
Oh, whew. Amazing. Gosh.
No, this looks good.
Yeah. Love the lights.
I mean, she is what she is and she does what she does.
I mean, she's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
I think the biggest concern is, you know, the fact that this is a very unique concept, the core kitchen, and whether or not the judges are going to get that. So let's hope.
Over to them.
There's her.
How you doing?
Good, good, yourself. Good. So, hello.
What is this color?
This is a miracle color. We don't know how we got it. It's like,
Did you mix it?
It's like the inside of an avocado.
It is.
So you're saying you guys are ripe and ready for this moment?
For sure.
Yeah, well, judges, just a reminder, obviously, Sipe Mpapelele presenting to you from Team Earth. If you have any questions now, before we do walk around and really assess things, I think now's a great opportunity to ask them.
Guys, tell me about this. What's going on here?
Oh yes, this is one of our, beautiful pieces.
I actually use this to actually pick out most of the colors. The Kit Kat, backsplash, it came from here, the floor. So this was actually our main piece.
I think the way that you've incorporated the curves from the island to marry up with the windows and to other elements in the apartment, that ties everything together quite nicely.
Planning feels good. It feels very open. I can imagine myself entertaining here. Not that it's about me, but it feels really great, which is what I was looking for.
Well, gentlemen, these seem to be some positive comments, but I think that might be because you're in the room. So what we will do now is ask for you to leave while our judges continue to deliberate, share some of their opinions before we move on to the next room. But well done, guys. Great stuff. Chat to you soon.
Shout out to my brother for the colors, especially the wall color. I really love it. Skeptical in the beginning, but it's amazing.
So first question is, they say that this place has to have a luxe feel. Now, you can't have a luxury feel without the luxury hardware. What sort of runners are we using here?
We're using the Blum soft closing drawer runners with the Intivo system and a linen finish on the inside of the cabinets, which is a very contemporary style of having your cabinets fully exposed as opposed to just normal white cabinets. And none of the cabinets have got any handles, which is also a very modern look. And I think they've done a good job with the theme of Earth. If you look at the color palette, the wine wall, I think it pulls together very nicely.
I have to talk about the countertops, obviously. But so this is the Cloudburst concrete from Caesarstone, and it's very light. So especially when you're dealing with a smaller space, it does make it feel a lot more airy and spacious. But I love that they've mixed the engineered stone with the natural stone on the base.
Well, judges, let me introduce you to Hannah and Keaton's kitchen, representing Team Fire.
So this is definitely an ode to Milan. The core kitchen concept was quite a big thing there. So we really wanted to lean into that, we're not here to play it safe. It also represents a fire pit, gathering around the fire pit. Like, look at,
Yeah, even this.
Bao was cooking over there, or Philip is cooking, Bao's doing a flower arrangement. Lesego and Megan, you guys are just enjoying some wine. I think we were also drawn to this piece of slab from Caesarstone because it's called smokestone. So
Looks like a candle being blown out.
We really tried to link everything back to fire. It literally just looks like a candle that's been blown out, and that little,
Pain, we love it.
Yeah, I think for me it feels like a very hospitable space where people can mingle, they can prepare meals together, they can interact with one another.
Sure. Dig in, have a coffee, do what you want.
Great job. Great job. Well, judges, we definitely are being showcased some creativity here, but from your perspective, what are some other thoughts that you might have on the space right now?
So they've done a great job with the color palette and bringing in the different tones from the ceiling to the cabinetry to the flooring. And also what's quite unique and unusual is to have the fluted panels as a ceiling element as opposed to a vertical element, which is where you normally see it.
Do you think it makes it feel a bit closed in though. I'm wondering if it was on the wall, if it would almost make you feel like there's more space and taking your eye upwards. I'm feeling a little bit cramped.
I'm feeling a little bit cramped too. I think conceptually this, like the hearth or the hearth of the home, is very beautiful. It's also a very South African and African concept. If you think about how our huts were designed, it was all around the fire. So again, going back to vernacular architecture, I really think it's powerful.
The functionality is slightly lacking. There's almost too much counter space that side, whereas it should be on this side. This is the functional operating side. That's where you're going to sit and enjoy your meal. However, from a design perspective, it's a great design. Practicality, I'd mark them slightly down in that.
Let's carry on and dive into more of these apartments.
Ooh.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? Hey, Jamie.
Welcome, guys.
Hi. This is Richards Bay's finest. We're talking about Tian's Valley, representing Team Water.
The whole approach and for this space was that we can be able to fit as many people as we can in the space. So it can be used for entertainment, it can be used for dining, you can have your family, you can use the space for your kids' homework, you can work in the space. We wanted as much light into the space as possible. With the water theme, we decided to use this beautiful blue color on our cabinet, as well as our feature over there, which sort of resembles a wave. It's like two waves coming into each other. So that porcelain is like the sand of the ocean and all the rocks.
We also paired the lovely blue with a cappuccino color because we wanted to resemble both the water and the sand. And I think it paired quite nicely as well with our stone. And we were just inspired by bringing water through, but also not keeping it cold. So we tried to bring lots of orange and lots of terracotta colors just to bring some life and some warmth into the space.
Yeah, I love the natural light. I think it was a really good call to use that as one of the central elements in putting the space together, because it does make it feel so comfortable and light and uncluttered. I think the shape of the door style, which is a take on a shaker door that's been narrowed, we call it a slim shaker, and I think that's also quite contemporary, and the color is stunning together with the theme. And also like the reeded glass element, it kind of speaks to water, to a waterfall, and the vertical slats on the island.
Yeah, I think people can learn a lot from the space. You know, there are so many different design trends at the moment, and people don't know how to implement them. And so the bold colored doors feel very modern, but you've matched them so nicely with a really classic marble-inspired surface. So it's so nice to be able to see these two different sort of looks and feels together, actually working well together.
Thank you guys, and all done.
Well, thank you so much, judges. Also, there's some blueberry muffins if anyone wants, and some wine.
That's called bribery. I think so many different people would feel comfortable here, different personality types. From a development point of view, it's also a smart decision in terms of how it's been designed. I feel like it's a good development design.
And the colors and the textures all work together.
Yeah.
They all marry up.
I do love the fact that they've carried the stone into the space as a feature. They spoke about the waves that we've got there. However, I don't like the light. I think that it's just a little too obstructive for your cooking space.
I think speaking to the functionality of the space, it's pretty well designed in that you've got your cooking area, you've got enough preparation surface area, your refrigeration, your oven. So I think the function of the space works well, and you're also able to access everything around the island, because it's not as if you have to move through other areas in order to get around the island. So
that's what was missing downstairs. It felt very blocked off and that you were too far from everything else. Yeah.
Ready for the next one?
Yep.
Okay.
Up next, the judges view Team Air's space, and then it's time to make their decision. Who will walk away with the best kitchen?
How much can you endure? This is how much we can. Caesarstone, designed to endure life.
Whether you're looking for a lock up and go, or a settle down and grow, an office for your booming business, or a safe haven, we have a space for you.
Judges, welcome. This is Josh and Amy, and they are representing Team Air. With that being said, would you like to tell us about your incredible creation we have here?
Welcome. This is our kitchen. We wanted something to kind of flow through the space. So Josh and I have quite different styles. So we were looking for something that would complement both of us. We love this feature light from Night Tree. It's a linear element drawing us through the space down, and the idea is to push you out. And then also here we liked the idea that you could have your scullery, like a scullery sort of a section. So it's hidden behind our powder room actually, just so there's a little bit of privacy here in the cooking area.
Yeah, definitely unique use of space and feeling that theme come through, but it's not my decision to make. Judges, any questions that you might have while Josh and Amy are still here?
I think the choice of color for your cabinetry is really on point for your theme. And for me, the combining the different worktop colors really works well in this space.
There's something I'm not understanding in terms of the planning, but I haven't nailed it yet, so I might be very wrong. I love your use of a local artist for a light. I think it's very beautiful in this very clean space, because it exactly is that. Wall color with your lighting, all very well done. I think it's maybe the breakfast nook that I'm not sure of. I just can't put my finger on it.
That being said, I think you guys did an excellent job. We're going to ask you though to vacate your apartment while the judges get an opportunity to walk around and really feel what they need to feel before we try and make that final decision.
Absolutely.
Well done, guys.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
We love our kitchen. It's the best kitchen for us.
I agree. I think that our two personalities really showcase in this design in the kitchen. I think it's quite interesting.
I figured out the space problem.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So as you walk into the kitchen, there's dead space. It's not functional in terms of preparation, in terms of cooking, in terms of cleaning.
I think when you're working with a space of this kind of size and you make a choice to have your powder room like they've done, then something else has got to give, and perhaps the functionality has sacrificed somewhat.
And the experience of eating in front of a wall where there's nothing really, whichever way you look. I think the entrance of their kitchen is what's actually detracting from the beauty of what they've created.
If you could sit here, it might be slightly different, but at least to look outside the window and then you can do something more here.
This decision is not going to be a breeze, and I think you know what I mean by that. Excuse the pun here, but a lot of discussions need to take place in order for us to figure out who's going to be at the bottom and who's going to be at the top half of this challenge.
After talking through each space one last time, they can announce their decision.
Well, viewers, welcome back as we arrive on our final moments for this judging session of our kitchen challenge. And a massive thank you to our judges once again, Bal and Asejo, always coming through, and our guest judges for this challenge, Megan and Philip. With that being said, a reminder that the winner of this challenge will walk away with a Philip's coffee maker and some quality beans from Jacob's. So definitely going to serve you when it comes to those late nights and maybe even entertaining your clients one day when you have your own business up and running. But of course, we've reached this moment where we now get to announce who placed where for our kitchen challenge. And we'll be starting with our bottom two. And in fourth place officially for this challenge is team A, Josh and Amy.
Fourth place
again.
Your spatial design, I think, is what let you down in this particular instance. The trade-off that you had of the powder room taking up that additional space gave your kitchen slightly less space. But you did note that we need to wait until we see your patio come to life, because you'll be leading us out. And I'm really looking forward to that.
And in third place for our kitchen challenge, we have Team Fire, Hannah and Keaton.
I feel like we deserve to come third. I'm sorry, it was my least favorite room to do so far.
I also think seeing our kitchen now fully built in the space, we have noticed things that we actually would change. For example, it blocks a lot of the natural light coming from the double door behind, which is really sad, but I definitely understand why we came third.
I think we all really enjoyed the space. It was very experiential. It had quite an evocative feeling. You definitely felt a lot while you were in it. Some of the negatives, and one of the key things for me as a learning, as you mentioned mentioned Milan, trends are not always supposed to be in every space. So given your space, but maybe a core kitchen didn't work as well. Love that you tried it. Love that you were bold. Styling was on point. So it was a beautiful space. It just, unfortunately, when we counted up the numbers, it came third.
Team Fire coming third. It does mean that we are in the top two, and it's starting to get really scary now because I feel like most of the time we're just fighting to not be last.
Well, it leaves us with our top two, obviously Team Earth and Team Water. And that means we'll announce our winner for our kitchen challenge. So officially in first place for our kitchen challenge is Team...
But he's saying water.
Water! See your hands, Willie!
Yeah! Look at us.
Yeah.
Richards Bay's finest, what do we have to say?
We're really grateful for this opportunity. I mean, it's taken us a long time to get to the top, but I think we've worked really hard and we're trying to put our concept out more. We're trying to show more of our personalities into our design, and we're just leaving like everything on the floor. We're showing the judges who we are, and yeah, I'm really proud of what we were able to create. It took lots of work and long hours, but it was definitely worth it.
How close was this really between the boys of Team Earth and Team Water with Tian's Willie?
Very.
Yeah?
Very.
I think all of us could picture ourselves in both of the spaces. As soon as you walk in, you can see yourself getting stuck in, inviting friends over, really doing things in that space.
You know, I wanted first place again. Like, if I could have done first place twice, you know, in a row, it would have been quite cool, you know, to be the only team to achieve that.
Almost every single duo has won a challenge separately, bar one, but there's still time for it, and especially as we head into our lounge challenge. So all I'm going to say is well done and good luck. We'll see you on the next one.
This is our second loss in a row, but I think for the challenge ahead, we are going to stick to our personalities, bring out some more of our own flair.
First, second, third. And now we rise again.
Now we're gonna, yes, I love a redemption arc. Oh, and we've been fourth for the CTM challenge. So
We've already been fourth place.
Yes, so I'm gonna say that I definitely like being first the most.
Let us know which kitchen is your favorite and why, and stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand cash from Capitec. Reply to the competition post on the My Design Rules social platforms and include #Capitec and #MyDesignRules. Visit mydesignrules.tv to vote for your favorite kitchen design. Every unique vote counts towards the total score and will determine which duo walks away with the 100,000 Rand Viewers' Choice Prize from Capitec. Voting closes Wednesday, 4th December. Next week, there's no time to lounge around as the 4 design duos tackle their living rooms.
My Design Rules is sponsored by Capitec. Better never rests.
Another feel-good production.